Welcome to Country Life Outdoors.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Country Life Outdoors. Well, today is October 30th, okay? To give you a little insight, and I will throw up a few videos of this buck, but I've been after a deer that I have called Big Tex, okay? Big Tex is a buck that I saw late in the summer, actually more to midsummer. He was a really big buck, really stood out, and but at the time he was still in velvet and he didn't show a whole lot of promise. Well, I had lost sight of him, hadn't seen him since, and I decided to move to a whole new other location. I found him, but long after he had already shed his velvet. This is a huge buck, let me tell you. So, from the videos that you'll see, he's a wide buck, really wide. He's really young, but he's very prominent. So, being that as it may, we decided to go ahead and take a shot at him. We're heading to the stand right now to go and see if we can get him down. He has proven himself to be a buck that is worth taking out because his patterns have really shown what he is capable of. But not only that, just the overall story behind him is worth ending. I've talked to a lot of other hunters, and they have all said you need to take him out. He is definitely a deer worth having. So we're heading out tonight. Today, I decided to leave right after work and head out there. I just cannot explain to you how perfect of a day today is. The temperature has dropped exponentially within the last few days. It's already in the 30s, or high 30s, low 40s. And he's more active in the daytime. So he's shown up around 8 o'clock this morning, and he's got this pattern to where he shows up in the morning and then turn around late in the evening he shows up. And that's what I'm hoping for, that he just shows up late in the evening. Now, it has been raining for the last few days, and he's really shown an interest after it stops raining. Now, today it's clear blue and has not rained, and I'm hoping that it does rain to some extent so that it dulls the senses. I've got scent killer on, and I'm planning on putting some more on once I get out there, but just the overall story behind this buck is just unbelievable. I've been after a deer like this for the last 7 years, and I've never just been able to land a good time or land a good story on a buck, because I never got to learn them, and that's what it took. It took literally 7 years in order for me to learn how deer think, how deer operate, and how they how to even manage a buck. So in this case, this is a story worth telling. This would be my first buck ever if I ever get him. So I'm praying, I'm hoping, I will continue to pray in hopes that he shows up tonight. But as far as I leave it all up to God on this. I leave it all up to him on whether or not if I get this buck, and I definitely know for sure he is a deer with a story behind him. So if you guys will stay tuned, either way I will update y'all on what happens from here, and but here are the videos of this buck, and I hope you enjoy getting to look at him while I sit in the stand, because from whenever I get in the stand I won't be able to video, but I will get to video either the after shot or whatever happens. You'll get a video and you'll get an update. I promise you. There won't be a video where I won't say what happened. So wish me luck, and just pray this happens, because I've been excited about it for the last few days, and just I'm now getting to the point to where I'm just nervous. I am outright nervous. I can't seem to control my excitement, so I'll see y'all out there. Okay, guys, here's what happened. I went out. I am now leaving the lease. Let me put it to you this way: mistakes were made. Long story short, there's some changes that I need to make personally. That I realized I needed to do. I need to leave my wallet in a truck. So I'm up in the stand and I'm getting myself adjusted. You know, I'm getting my harness, you know, to where I'm stable and I don't fall out of the tree. I'm getting, you know, my bow put on my bow hook and stuff like that, and I'm doing this while sitting. And next thing you know, I'm trying to do this as quietly as possible, right? Well, my wallet falls out of my pocket, and I'm like, man, if that don't scare off a deer, like just by its smell, or just, you know, just something that doesn't seem right to it, you know, or even if it sees it, you know, and sees or notices something's not right, there goes Big Tex. He won't come in. And I'm like, well, let's wait it out. See if he does come in and, you know, gives me a 1 in a million shot, right? I'm like, okay, now let me get my body adjusted to where I can, you know, sit comfortably, but at the same time sit to where I know I can just grab the bow and make a full draw. Well, I go to full draw and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable with this. I'm going to put my bow back up. So I go and try to release it without hitting the trigger. Somehow, my trigger release shoots the arrow and just goes through the branches and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, if that don't scare off a deer, I don't know what will. And I'm pretty sure I heard something run off and possibly blow. I'm not, again, 100% sure. So what I'm going to do is I decided to wait there until 6 o'clock. And that was when I knew for sure he was not going to show, or it would give him the time to come back without me being there. And I, some of you say, some of you will say that I should have sat in that stand longer and, waited for him. Yes. But if there's any, in my opinion, if there's any chance of him coming back, I want to give that to him. So if he's going to come back sometime tonight, I'm going to sit out tomorrow morning. If he comes out any time tomorrow, then I will hunt Wednesday, which will be November 1st. So it's one of those moments where you sit there and you count your blessings. One, I was able to have yet another day of hunting, and just being able to be out there in God's great country and everything like that, and just enjoy the outdoors. Something that I honestly don't get to do very often. Sometimes I wish I did more of, but people got to work, So it's just one of those things where you sit there and you play back in your head, what could I have done different? What can I do differently? And one thing's for sure is leave my wallet in my truck. I hunt on a family-owned ranch or property, and it's through my family, so I know everybody who goes in and out of that area. And so I don't think anybody would be stealing my wallet. So I and even if I was to leave my wallet in the vehicle, I have places where I can hide it, and only I would know where it's at. So again, I don't have a problem with leaving my wallet in the truck. What's another thing to take from this? Oh, bring your bowstring or your gun string, or whatever you want to call it, because I forgot mine, and I had to use my harness to turn around and attach it to my back and carry it up there. And let me tell you, that was a fun ordeal in itself, because the harness kind of wraps around my leg, and there's another piece that connects to that same harness, or same piece of the harness, where you can lift yourself up if you were to fall out of your tree. You'd be able to lift yourself up with your I guess you would call it like a safety string from your harness. But anyway, that being said, I went and used that to attach it to my bow and throw it over my shoulder and have it hanging from my shoulder just to carry it up there. And that was almost like carrying a gun over your shoulder. I mean, it's not ideal and it's not the best thing to do, but you'll do what you got to do in a pinch. Because I didn't feel like walking all the way back to my truck and grabbing the rope and then walking all the way back to my stand and possibly spooking a deer. So I'm like, you know what, I'm here, I gotta do what I gotta do and just get this done, and so I can get in the stand. Which made that happen, made it work. And long story short, that was the event of the night, I guess you could say. All that being said, I had a good time. Not gonna lie, I learned some stuff, and I hope and pray that Big Tech shows up either sometime in the night or in the morning. I did put a little attractant out there, food attractant out there, to kind of keep him coming if he's going to. And I hope it doesn't rain within the next few days, because it is a powdered attractant. It's kind of like a grain that's grinded really, really fine. So I just hope it doesn't clump up and make it to where they don't want to eat it, or moldy or anything like that. So yeah, I hope he shows up. And I do have a bag of corn in the back of the truck. I just didn't feel like, pardon me. I just didn't feel like driving all the way over there, or yeah, driving my truck all the way in there, because we had other hunters out there that were hunting, and I didn't want to bust anything that, you know, could possibly ruin their hunt. However, I will be upset if Big Tex gets killed by another hunter. I will say that, because he's a buck that I've been wanting to get for a long time. I think that's just about it. I think I've touched bases on everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I understand this has been a rather frustrating video, because you don't really see me, except for me driving to and from the stand or the deer release, and you're not really getting that hunting action that you were, you know, promised. I am trying to find ways to mount a tripod to the tree. It's just really difficult without having it shipped, and just, you know, getting the pieces that I need, because I'm using my phone, guys. So, and I know a lot of hunters nowadays use their phone when they're doing their videos. It's just, I'm trying to find mounts that work for me, basically. So if y'all can be patient and you know, just stay with me while I figure this out, as well as trying to get a deer down, that would be great. I know it's not ideal and it's not what y'all want, but I'm doing the best I can. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.